Good morning, Evelyn here. It's 5 to 6. Yep, 5 to 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and I'm just getting ready to leave. Just about to put my numbers on my top. I'm trying to be minimal. There's two places to be at, so we have to go to the start of the MK for me. I'm gonna pick up two of my friends on the way, and the 5k is a point to point, and then it finishes where the half will start later on, but that does mean I have to make my way back to the start of the 5k afterwards, which is about 5k away obviously. So I'm going to be doing a lot of walking today, running and walking today. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Am I nervous? Not yet, not yet. A little bit, but not quite fully nervous. It's race day, the usual. Done all the things, just having my coffee, as I said, pinning my bibs. I'm gonna have to put two bibs on at the same time because I won't have anywhere to leave my luggage or have it sent down. So I didn't think there was any point because I hardly ever use a baggage claim. The weather is totally different from 2 weeks ago. It's cloudy. It's about 18 degrees and it may rain between 7 and 10. So it probably is raining now actually, but yeah. It's gonna be wet, soggy for the run and then dry out in the half. So let's see how it goes. All right. See. Ready to start. About to go to the finish. I only want one. Thank you. Thank you. What, do they have napkins?
No, I don't know. I might have to read in.
I'll take one and I'll check it.
Okay.
Thank you. Didn't take anything from the start because I was talking to people. 5k went to plan, 29:06. It was a different route, not a PB route. And now we're going through this path. I'm taking it easy. Yeah, nearly 4k, 28 minutes. It's gonna be a slow one, but it's nice. Definitely different from St Albans. I should do better because it's flatter, but I'm tired already. I'm gonna walk every 5k, I think. But yeah, we set off at 24 at a time with spots this time. The 5k we didn't. It was just 24 people go. So anyway, I probably won't record much during the race. If it's a nice scenery, I might bring you back. Alright, see you later. First 5k done. 34 something, 34.52 or something like that. Not bad. Slower than this morning, but to be expected. Quarter done, 3/4 to go. The scenes were too nice to not film something. Starting to feel it now. As you saw, at 12k, but in my legs it's 17k. I did the first 10k sub 7 minute, but now I'm over 7 minute pace. Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
Doing great, keep going.
You do. Yeah. Oh. So it's a very scenic route though. Been walking, running along the canal and around the park, so you see the lake, the canal boats. It's beautiful. The weather's probably perfect. I wish I didn't do the 5k before, because I would be feeling better at this point. So, oh gosh, it's hard. Yeah, I don't think, well, this is how I'm going to feel in the marathon, so I'm just a bit early on in my training to be doing this much in one day. Oh yeah, but it's good. Anyway, I better get back to running. See you in a bit, bye. I was about to stop running, and then I saw these guys with their big packs, so I'm carrying on. I'm now at 2 hours 17k. Oh, but that's 22 kilometers on my legs, so I would have done a half marathon by now. 2:35, no, 2:29. If only. Yeah, so I got 4k to go. If I do it 7 minutes per kilometer, that's 24 minutes, no, 28 minutes. So I could manage 2:29 if I don't stop. Let's see, shall we? Well, next time, well, no, I won't say. All right, see you in a bit. $2:21, 20k, 1k to go. I've got 8 minutes. 8 minutes? No, 6 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I think I'll beat, I think, what was I, 2:31? Yeah, I should get there. Just gonna walk till 20:15 and then 1k to go. Oh, it's hard. It got hotter the last 4k, so slow down a bit. But yeah, see you at the finish. I just wanna say thank you. I've got a bag, the medal's in the bag, and that's the finish inside. Just finished the run. Got all my medals. I'll do a proper recap when I get home. Hi guys, seeing as I have to walk back to find a bus stop, might as well do my race recap now. So anyway, what do I say? The 5k went really well. It definitely wasn't the rocket course that we're used to, so don't need to worry about not getting a PB there. But 29:06, that was a good run for me at the moment. As you know, I've not been really running under 30 minutes for a 5k, so to get sub 30 minutes was very good for me, so I was happy with that. And of course the route was windy. I wouldn't say it was hilly, but you had to run up over flyovers, so So that's bridges crossing roads, if you didn't know what I meant by that. So a lot of that going up and down, but I wouldn't say I was going up a hill or anything. But yeah, it was good. So how was it? So COVID wise, this race overall was much more COVID secure than St Albans was, in the fact that they gave us wave times. They gave us wave times, and we had to go to for the 5k start. We had to go at our waves, and then they would only let 24 people at a time. We didn't have to stand. We should have. Basically, we need to stand 2 meters apart, but we weren't like. It wasn't like 2 by 2. It was like it could have been 3 or 4 people. But as long as it was up to 24 people, then they would let you go. So that went off like without a hitch. My wave time was 7:20, and I gave Lucy and Barbara a lift. Barbara's was 7:20 as well. Lucy's was at 7, but they didn't really worry about the times that you were going. As long as there's only 24 and you're socially distanced, that's fine. So I did wear my mask at the start while we were waiting, and then took it off for the race, and then I haven't really worn my mask since then. So they didn't wait for me at the end, they just went off. Well, I don't know, they could have waited, but I went into the loo because there's loos in the stadium. So basically you ran around the route. It was still point to point, but you ended in the stadium, but you didn't end downstairs in the actual stadium like you would normally, with all the crowds of people in the stadium. We were inside, and then so you ran outside, and then you run inside, and then the finish is inside in one of the corridors upstairs. So that was that. And then they had your medals. So for the 5k you just had a medal and water waiting for you. There was no water station, but that's fine. It was cold this morning anyway, so I say cold, but it was perfect running weather for the 5k. But yeah, that was done. That was good. Not many spectators at that time, but they do advise not to have any spectators anyway, so that wasn't a problem. And then for the half, that was at about, my wave time was at 9:10. So I was there in ample time, had basically an hour to wait for the next one. And it was freezing while I was waiting. Spoke to my sister to help me pass the time, but it was freezing. It was spitting a little bit at that point. But if I was still moving, it would have been fine. But because I was just standing there, it was a bit cold, a bit chilly. But anyway, then I bumped into a couple of people that I haven't seen for over a year. I normally see that at Park Run. They all ran the 5k today, and Wes is doing the marathon tomorrow. So we just caught up, and that helped pass the rest of the time. So yeah, I enjoyed that. There's IKEA over there. Yeah, and then so with the race start for the half marathon, and I assume the marathon tomorrow as well, which I'm not doing, by the way, they had it more secure, COVID secure, as in it was still the 24 people who ran, but they had spots that you had to stand to ensure your distance. So yeah, I don't know why they did it differently. There was different start points, of course, but why they did it differently, I don't know. But again, it was still socially distanced and went off without a hitch. They didn't check your time because I was 9:10. As long as you were on the spot and you were in a set of 24, you could just set off. So I probably left earlier than I would have done if they were calling out for the time waves. But yeah. So I thought, because I raced the first one, that I would just take it easy. So I was going to just do like a slow 5k and then walk every 5k. The first 5k was fine. I was slower, but I was fine. I think I did it in 34 minutes, which was faster than I thought I was doing, but I was doing sub 7-minute Ks, so it's definitely faster than I thought I was going to be. And I thought, oh yes, I'm going to do well today then. But then it was only 5k in my head, but obviously it's 10k on my system. And normally about 10k I'm doing well. I start warming up, and so 10k races are probably good for me. And then the next 5k, I ran that in a similar pace, maybe a little bit slower. And there was no water station at this point. It was still cool and I didn't need water, but then I was getting worried that there wasn't going to be water at all, because Wes had mentioned that it had stated that to bring your own or to bring a cup or something, and I had never read that. Totally missed that. So I was getting a bit worried at this point. But then just before 6 miles, there was a water station and toilets, so it was nothing to worry about. The thing was, they had a timing mat after the 6 mile, or after the water station. I think they should do the water station after the timing mat, because you're obviously going to slow down and people are going to go to the loo and stuff. So your first 6 miles will be slower than it could have been, but it doesn't really matter. It's not even at 10k, so it's not a good point to have a timing mat anyway. But yeah, so after that, after the first 10k, I carried on. So I walked to the water station because there were cups. It was paper cups, so luckily they had paper cups. It wasn't just a water filling station. So, and I can't run and drink cups, so I stopped to walk at that point. So that was just before the next 5k. So once I finished, I carried on running, and I didn't want to stop and walk again at the 10k mark because I had just stopped. So I went on a little bit longer to probably about 12k, and that's when I started feeling it a little bit on my legs. So at that point I had 17k on my legs, so I was feeling tired. And then I decided I'll do a run walk. So I was gonna do 1k and then walk 50 meters or 100 meters and then do the rest of the k and do that. So every time I got to a point when I should start walking, either some good song came on or I was going on a downhill, so I had to squash that a little bit and then just walk when I wanted to walk and run when I wanted to run. But I did basically do a run walk type thing by the end, and I kept on catching up with this lady, and then she would it was reminiscent of one of my first half marathons in Canada when I used to do that. So this lady, she was walking the whole thing, but she was doing like a fast-paced walk. She was walking faster than my overall pace, and then I was doing run walk. So I would run to a spot and then she would carry on walking, and then when I stopped to walk, she would catch up with me, pass me, and then I'd do the same. So it was a bit reminiscent of that. But when it got to that last 2k, I basically ran most of that. So, and then I sped through the last maybe 200 meters to get to the finish. So I'd like to see what my pace was for that. So then the finish came, and then you meet the same finish as the 5k, but you come from a different angle. So and then you finish in the stadium in the same place as the 5k finished. And then we had a bag, which I'll just put in a picture of the bag, and it had water, packet of crisps, like a chocolate bun thing, and then this other couple of things. I'll have a look at those later. I haven't started to open them, but I just got to keep moving, because if I stop I'll just seize up. So there's a bus stop there. Let's hope I can get bus. But yeah, so that's me. That's my race recap. My second race on my half marathon. I did it in 2 hours 29 minutes and 14 seconds. So I don't know if you saw a clip where I said, oh, maybe I can do it in 2:29. I actually did. So I'm so happy about that. Definitely I could have done better because it was a flatter course, but again it was like running over flyovers, so there was bits of hills here and there. But yeah, did well. I'm happy that I've done it, and see you next time for the next race recap. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do press like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another one. Take care. Bye.